In the book of Proverbs, it says that there is no scheme or plan that can succeed against the Lord. In Matthew 24, Jesus is talking about the end of times, and the disciples ask him, Rabbi, when will these things happen? And he says, before these things happen, before the end comes, it will be like the days of Noah and like the days of Lot. So the days of Noah and the days of Lot, in the days of Noah, it said the Lord was grieved that he made man because their mind was on wickedness all the time. And then in the days of Lot, Lot lived in the region of Sodom and Gomorrah. That's where we get the word sodomy from. Homosexual sex comes from the town Sodom, and that's where Lot lived. And the Lord sent 2 angels to investigate, and the determination was this place is ripe for destruction. It's an abomination. The Lord saved Lot. Tried to save all of his family as well. Not all of them made it. And then the Lord destroyed Sodom, Gomorrah, and cities around it in the region as well. And that's a documented location in the Middle East. You can still find little pellets of brimstone that you can take a lighter and light them, and they'll burn a hole in your hand if you try to hold on to that little pellet once it's lit on fire. Anyway, so Jesus said, as it was in the days of Noah and on the days of Lot, so it will be in the end, before the end comes. So Satan knows these things. The flood destroyed all of Satan's work up to that point. And then the destruction of Sodom and Gomorrah destroyed all of Satan's work in those cities. It was a fail for Satan. He was defeated. So Satan knows that man with man, woman with woman, he knows that this is an abomination in the eyes of the Creator. And so it's been on my mind this morning that I do believe Satan is running a tactic, trying to make a play on the Lord, trying to force his hand and to make a move, kind of like playing chess. You can, the chessboard. You got your pawns, your rooks, your kings, your queens, your bishops, your castles. There's different things you can do in there, and it's to taunt or induce your opponent to make a move. And if they make that move, then it's a domino effect, and you can succeed in your plan only if they take the bait. Looking at how rapidly the homosexual, I'm just going to call them sodomites because that's really what this is. You look at how rapidly the sodomites have taken over the propaganda machine around the world, forcing their agenda into every nook and cranny of our lives. And if we don't accept it, then they cry saying, you hate us and we are victims and you're attacking us. When the truth is, they are the ones who are violently assaulting our children and forcing their lifestyle onto people who find it offensive. And they don't care about that. They just want their agenda move forward. Any resistance, they cry and act like they're victims. Satan knows all this. And I do believe he's playing a chess game with the Lord, trying to force his hand, trying to get the Lord to react, knowing that these things are an absolute abomination, and that according to the Bible, these behaviors, sodomite behaviors, they bring about the wrath of God quickly. Satan knows this. He's seen this. I think he's trying to use it to force God's hand in this cosmic chess game. He thinks he can defeat the Lord. So in doing this, when you're playing chess, and if you overextend yourself, if you're trying to bait your opponent into moving their bishop, and you're using your bishop, you're using your queen, you're using your pawns, you're using your knights, trying to get them to move the way you want them to do. If you overextend yourself, your opponent might see it. And if they notice that you've overextended yourself, that you're trying, if they notice what you're trying to do to bait them into a certain thing, then it will reverse. And it will then go against you and you'll lose the match. Because they didn't take the bait. And then you've exposed yourself and you lose. I believe Satan has overextended himself. I believe he's overplayed his hand. I believe he's tried too hard. You've heard the saying, oh, you're trying too hard. I think he has tried too hard, and he has shoved this sodomite agenda into people's faces so long, so much, that people are sick of it. Here's an example. Today is June 17th. Yesterday, the Los Angeles Dodgers played their rivals from San Francisco. Whatever that baseball team is, I don't know. And the Dodgers have been playing this, well, they've been inviting and disinviting this group of 3 sodomites called Sisters of Continual Indulgence. It's something like that. And it's a group of 3 or 4 men who dress up like nuns and do profane performances, mocking God, mocking the cross. And these men are sodomites. They're transgender activists, and they are vile. And the majority of the fans of the LA Dodgers are Hispanic. And the majority of Hispanic people are very religious. They're Catholic. And so seeing a mockery of Jesus on the cross and a mockery of Mary and a mockery of nuns, that is offensive to God-fearing people. So last night at the Dodgers game, the Dodgers re-invited the Sisters of Continual Indulgence, these sodomite men, and guess what? The fans didn't show up. And this is supposed to be a big baseball game between 2 rival Major League Baseball teams, and the fans were like, "Oh, you're gonna invite the sodomites to come perform and mock God? We're not gonna go to your game." So that's an example of the enemy overplaying his hand, and people seeing it and saying, "That's enough. That's enough. Baseball can pound sand. You are mocking the Creator. We're done spending money supporting you who support sodomites." So I think that's where we're at. And I'm excited to say that I think along with this, this pushback, and it's not, no one's trying to attack or do harm to these sodomites, but along with recognizing the enemy's tactic, I do believe people are looking back to God, looking back to the Bible, and starting to pray, saying, "God, help me raise my children. Help me to know you. I need you." And praying for their country. I do believe that there is going to be a world-sweeping move of God. And Satan ignited it himself with overextending his hand, pushing this homosexual agenda. Anyway, that's been on my mind. It just keeps on coming up in different angles, so I thought I'd share it. God bless you.